Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Tuesday, December 8th, 2015. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Another beautiful, gorgeous day today. Bright blue, sunny skies, white sandy beaches, white capped water, and beautiful breeze and cool today. Absolutely loving the mornings in Thailand. Alright traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading, and please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. And it's a pretty cool website, so go check it out. It's got a lot of opportunities for you, so take a gander, take a look, see what's happening. I think it's worth your time. Traders, we got a lot to talk about today. Got 6 currency charts to look at. We'll look at some news and look at how the markets closed yesterday, as I was not, I know this is hard for you to believe, but I was not in the New York session yesterday, as I had a, believe it or not, a birthday party to go to yesterday. And no, it wasn't mine. So let's see what's going on. All right, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I will tell you that I do this recording during the Asia session. Traders, I started trading in 2006 and 2008. I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. 9 days later, traders came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, I'm in my 8th year, and I'm still here and absolutely loving Thailand. It's absolutely just a joy to be here and honored to be here. And it's great if you're trading Forex or any other instrument. The time zone is really nice, as I can trade all 3 trading sessions all in one day and still get a full night's rest. Now, New York, I only trade about 2.5 hours. That's getting pretty close to midnight my time. And of course, I don't sit in front of my computers that whole time because of modern technology. iPad, iPhone, whatever. It depends on what I'm doing, how many trades I'm in, and what I need. I can be on the move. Absolutely wonderful. So traders, I'm always looking for opportunities and probabilities to be successful in my trading. And the way I do that is I listen to fundamentals. I do not trade fundamentals, but I listen to it. Need to know what's going on. Remember, we're macro traders. We're not micro traders, right? We're macro traders. And a perfect example of that was last Thursday when the ECB President Draghi spoke and gave, I thought, was horrible news for the Eurozone. And what happened? The Euro got very strong and went up 100 pips. So you have to be alert on what is going on around the world. I'm a technician. I love looking at charts. I love looking at candlesticks and price action and price structure and support, resistance. I use the Fibonacci tool quite a bit. I do use pivots. It's just something we use. And depending on what instrument I'm trading, I do use Ikimoku clouds, which I think is a wonderful indicator, and also harmonics. Love harmonics. Harmonics is a great tool to use also because of why? It's all fib numbers. It's absolutely all fib numbers, right? Patterns are made from fib numbers. All right, that's enough about me. Let's get over to the legal stuff. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. So important. Make sure this is extra money and this is not your grocery money or rent, car payment, whatever. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head over to news and commentary. Let's take a look at the indices. The Dow 30 closed negative 0.66%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.70%. And the NASDAQ closed negative 0.79%, with the small cap 2000 closing negative 1.39%. Let's head on over to the Eurozone, where the DAX closed positive 1.25%. The FTSE was in the red at negative 0.24%, where the CAC 40 out of Paris was positive 0.88%, and the Eurostoxx 50 was also positive at 0.73%. Traders, let's head on over to Asia, see what's going on my side of the world. Remember, these countries are currently trading as they are all open and running. The Nikkei 225 is currently negative 0.85%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.87%. The China A50 out of Shanghai is negative 0.77%. And the Hang Seng out of Hong Kong is negative 1.44%. And our good friends in Seoul, the Kospi is negative 0.36%. So that gives you the indices. Let's take a look at our economic calendar today. Well, we do have data today, but I mean, it's not an overwhelming amount of data where it's going to really knock us out. But in the European session, we have manufacturing production out of the Great British Pound. That's a high impact news event. I think we're going to get a little shake and a bake there. Going into the U.S. session, an hour before the U.S. markets open, we have Canada has building permits month on month. I think that's going to be an issue there that should move the CAD quite a bit. And also just take note that Italian is on a bank holiday today that will not affect our trading, my friends. And really, that's about it. JOLTS job openings. This is a new indicator they started about 6 months ago, and it's a medium impact news event, and that comes in at, that'll be 10 a.m. on Wall Street, and it'll be 2200 hours in Bangkok, Thailand. All right, so that's what's going on in news and data. Not much going on, my friends, but enough to keep the markets up on its toes, and that's what we're looking for, right? We need catalysts. We need things that are going to move the markets, right? Never knock data. Data's good. Just don't get in front of the freight train and get run over, right? You want to make sure you protect yourself. So let's head on over to the euro dollar. Just to make a commentary, you're going to notice on a lot of these charts, there was very little price action yesterday. Glad I didn't sit through all of pre-New York and New York because the price action was pretty horrible, as you'll see on these charts. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. So here's the euro dollar. You can see I think it's in the 20 pip range here for the last 2 days. It really hasn't done absolutely nothing here on a 30-minute chart. Sitting below the daily pivot. You know what? Get a bearish candlestick. Let's get in this thing at 1.0803. And let's get out of it at the S3 pivot at 1.0697. The nice part about this, once we enter this, folks, we're in a wide open space. There's nothing left of the chart here. And you're going to see that on a couple of charts. There's nothing left of the chart here. This is wide open. We don't have anything to worry about. We don't have other historical price action that's going to get in the way. So this is pretty good stuff if we can get the entry. The entry is vital, right? Where's your stop going to be? Now, I normally don't talk about stops, but where's your stop going to be on this right here, right? Well, if you want to give it a lot of room, well, enough room, so we're going to get in at 0.803 and, you know, like 0.840, you could put your stop or just above the daily pivot point, 2 or 3 pips, and it's either going to make it or it's not. So that's why I put the entry farther down below the daily pivot point, was to make sure that, you know, we get like 2 candles to get down there and that this really wants to go down. I do see the 200 exponential moving average as I marked on the chart with a star, and I'm not too concerned about that. I think we'll get a bounce, but I don't think it's going to be nothing big, and it should go right through it and head on down to our S3 profit area. All right, let's take a look at the pound, the Great British Pound, another chart that really has had no movement. Believe it or not, this is the same slide as yesterday, and we're looking at the same prices, right? 50.58, we'll get in below the 200 exponential moving average. We'll take price at 1.4910, which was yesterday's support. And again, look left of the chart. There's nothing there to hold this. So, and we have data coming out with the pound today. So, you know, hopefully, sorry those of you who are in the pound, but we want this to go bearish, and we want bad data, right? Because if we were going to sell this, we want dollar strength, pound weakness, right? So that's what we're looking at here. Very easy trade plan. Very, very easy. Not a big deal here. We don't want it to go up, right? I could have put this at R1 and said, well, we'll take it down from R1. The problem with that is we got 3 areas of support. We got the EA yellow line, the daily pivot, and then the 200. So we don't want this to go above the 200. We really want this to like drop off. Now, is it going to drop off now? No, we're in Asia, and we're coming into the inactive zone of Asia. So we don't want this to drop. We don't want this to go above the 200. We want this to drop, give us a nice, you know, strong bearish candle, and just get in this thing, and let's take the ride to the downside. Let's take a look at the Aussie. The Aussie did really well yesterday to the downside. If you followed my trade yesterday, you did very well in the Aussie. I did not get in it, I have to be honest with you, but it was a very nice trade. Worked out great. Actually went past our take profit area. So I placed the Fibonacci tool on the on the chart today, and we're looking for a 38.2 pullback, and we're looking at getting in about a zone of 0.7291, and we'll get out at 0.7763. And you're saying, yeah, Bill, but that's not a lot of pips. Yeah, it's true. It's only about a 30 pip trade here. However, if it continues down, just trail it, folks. Scale out of it, take some profits, and trail it, and just take it to the downside. You don't have to get totally out of the trade at that price level. Just, follow it down. Whether you do it manually or if you have a trade manager that does it for you, whatever you use, just scale it down and take it down from there. Let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. Really surprising on the Euro Aussie. We're at this support area. This resistance area. It hasn't really done anything, folks. It jumped up here a little bit. Now it's just been sideways. All of New York and now into Asia. It hasn't done a thing. So we just want to sell this, right? So you say, yeah, but we got a daily pivot point. We got 2 EA lines, those yellow lines, right? And you're right. And this is going to be a fight. And this is going to be a fight all the way down to 1.4707. So to be honest with you, as this pair normally moves over 100 pips a day, I'm going to be very cautious with this pair, and I'm not real eager to jump into it, I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of hurdles to jump before we get to our profit area. And I'm really not really strong on entering into this trade. So this probably will not be on my watch list for today. Let's take a look at the Euro Yen, another pair that really did nothing, absolutely nothing yesterday, just absolutely sideways price action. And we're looking to get in at 133.64. We need a nice bearish candle. We'd like to get below that support EA, that yellow line there, which is a S1 pivot, and then take this down. Again, this is not a lot of pips. Well, it is a lot of pips if you get in right now, but if you wait for it to get past S1, it's not a lot of pips. So, but again, if you look at this, folks, this is a 100 pip trade if we get in at 133.64, right? We're going to get out at 132.51. It's close to a 100 pip trade, so this has the potential, but I just don't know if the Euro Yen is going to move that far. The Euro would have to become very weak, and that's the issue, right? Is the Euro going to weaken and do that? At some point, it is going to, and we just know that at some point it's going to happen. And just to make a comment on what's going on, we've got a week from today. We have our announcement, right? Isn't it a week from today, the 17th? I think it's a week from today or tomorrow. We have the announcement from the Fed on the FOMC, where the Janet Yellen's going to raise interest rates in the United States. And I think we're going to see a lot of this sideways price action, because I don't think traders want to be in front of that freight train, because we don't know how the markets are going to react to that data. So I think until that FOMC meeting, I think we got some pretty boring trading ahead of us. I do trade another instrument. I'll tell you, I have one position left, and I'll be out of it by Thursday, and I will not be in any of those positions, and I'm in no Forex positions at the moment. If I get into a Forex position, it will be a scalp trade. I will scalp it. I'm not looking to be in any trade for a long amount of time. I want my 10 pips, my 12 pips, my 15 pips, and I'm out of there, right? And just scalp it, because I think we're going to see a lot of inactive activity as we get through the week. All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. Pretty nice movement here. Look at this down move on this 30-minute chart. Really, really nice. Now, a couple of things concern me. One is that this has been in a downtrend for quite a while and really hasn't given us a pullback. And my point is, we want to get in this at 66.68 at the 200 exponential moving average. I'm fearful that the market movers, right, the big dogs, are going to want to take this higher, right? These might want to take this all the way back up to the daily pivot point, right? Because this thing has not had a pullback in quite some time. So be real careful if you enter into the New Zealand dollar. I am pro this, though. I have to be honest with you. I think this is a great trade. I think it's a great trade setup. It's not a lot of pips. It's only about 33 pips. But I think it's a great trade setup. We just need our pullback, and then we can enter this. We're going to know if we're right or if we're wrong, right? Because if it breaks the 200 to the upside, this thing's pulling back probably to the daily pivot point. Now, if you're good at counter trend trading, which I do not recommend if you're not trading more than 6 months on a live account, I would not recommend you trade that. You always want to stay with the trend. However, if you got more than 6 months, you should be able to counter trend trade this and know what you're doing and protect yourself if you're going to counter trend trade this to the upside. But this is bearish. This is extremely, extremely bearish. All right, my friends? All right, traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs. On behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL, Excellence in Trading, I thank you for being with me. December 8th. Wow, quick year, huh? 2015. 3 weeks from now, we'll be celebrating New Year's. Unbelievable. All right, traders, please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, 37 seconds over. Actually, right on my 15-minute mark. Traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. We'll see you in about 24 hours. Take care now. Bye-bye.